Good afternoon. Welcome finally to our 2011 Fall Convocation. I know it's a little bit late, but we're happy to be here. We had a little delay due to the flooding, and you know all about that by now, but I think things are pretty much getting back to normal, as much as normal is. I know we've got a lot of new activities, a lot of exciting things taking place this year, which Dr. Bullock is going to tell you all about. So really getting back to normal probably never happens, and that's probably a good thing. So it's always exciting and new and challenging. I think we actually squeezed quite a bit in the last few weeks. We missed our Institute Week, unfortunately, but we've been able to, actually last Friday we had a really good session on retention. We had our SLN people come in, so we made up our online session. And on Friday, November 11th, fortunately, we're going to have Dr. Fred Bonner, who was going to be with us on the initial convocation day. He will be coming. He would be returning, but he will be coming to talk to us about working and engaging our students and working with the particular population of students and the new generation of students that we have. So we're looking forward to that. So though we were challenged, we did squeeze a lot in. We had a great session at Center City faculty meeting, and I appreciate all of you coming and changing your plans and paying attention to your emails so you could find out where we were. But we do have a lot of exciting things to take place, and again, Dr. Bullock's going to tell you all about them. I know we've probably done this a million times, but I don't know that it's ever too many times. Again, we should thank IT, maintenance, administration, the leadership, the faculty, the staff, every single one of you, every single one of us really pulled together and really did a great job getting us back on track after the flood. And so thank you, everyone. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Ann Fleming Brown.
It's a long walk. Keep clapping. Thank you so much. Welcome, faculty, staff, administrators. I wish we also were joined by fellow members of the Board of Trustees, but I don't think so today. It is with great pleasure that on behalf of Denise Murphy-McGraw and the other members of the Board of Trustees of Schenectady County Community College, I welcome you to the 2011-2012 academic year. This year began with high water. On behalf of the trustees, I would like to thank the many dedicated members of our community who worked so hard to bring our classrooms, parking lot, computer network, and mail services, the entire ship that is Schenectady County Community College, back in full working order. I thank both our students and faculty members for their flexibility in making a staggered start such a success. And finally, I'd like to commend our students for persisting in spite of the mighty Mohawk. This year is a year for each of us to use the message of the flood to reach a personal high water mark. Hey, it worked for Noah. On behalf of my colleagues on the Board of Trustees, best wishes for a great year at our premier community college, Schenectady County Community College.
And now it is my pleasure to ask Dr. Bullock to come up and deliver the State of the College address.
Good afternoon, and greetings to everyone that's assembled here today. I trust that each one had a enjoyable and delicious lunch that was prepared by our Prestige Food Services. It's also a pleasure to welcome Ann Fleming Brown, Vice Chair of our College Board, to today's Fall Convocation. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be a part of today's dialogue. I want to also extend a personal welcome to our new faculty, staff, and administrators that have joined the college community this fall. Colleagues, you are joining a distinguished group of faculty scholars, dedicated staff members, and a hardworking team of leaders that, in my view, enthusiastically embrace new ideas, cutting-edge technology, classroom innovation, creativity, regional competitiveness to strategically position Schenectady County Community College as a leader in higher education among community colleges nationally and throughout New York State. I am honored to welcome you to SCCC. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized and remain standing as I read your biography. Ms. Donna Casey. Ms. Casey joins SCC as an assistant professor of accounting and business. She earned her MBA from the University at Albany, Bachelor of Science in Accounting from Russell Sage, and Associate of Science in Liberal Arts from Hudson Valley Community College. She is also pursuing a PhD in accounting. She has previously served as an assistant professor of accounting at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts and financial manager for the SUNY Research Foundation Nanotechnology Center. She has also held adjunct faculty positions at Empire State College, Excelsior College, Dowling College, Hudson Valley Community College, and Maria College. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Donna Casey. Next, we have Dr. Richard Simons. Dr. Simons joined us as assistant professor of anatomy and physiology. He earned his PhD from the University of Louisiana in environmental and evolutionary biology, his Master of Science from Syracuse University in Science Education, and his Bachelor's of Science from Hobart College in biology. He has served as a teaching faculty member at Xavier University in Louisiana, SUNY IT, and Alfred University. He's also held faculty positions at Mohawk Community College, Onondaga Community College, SUNY IT, and Herkin Community College. Let's welcome Dr. Simons. We have Ms. Melita Fogel. Ms. Fogel is a 2011-2012 minority intern in the Minority Teaching Internship Program for the development of minority faculty. She earned a Master of Arts in English from Cal State University, East Bay, and a Bachelor of Arts in English from Cal State University, East Bay. She has previously served as Graduate Teaching Associate and Special Consultant for the Summer Bridge Program at Cal State University, as well as Blackboard Student Support Instructional Assistant at Showboat Community College and Project Coordinator and Market Research Assistant in Technology, Forrest Castor in Alameda, California. Let's welcome her to our intern program in the college. Roberta France. Ms. France joins the Health Program Opportunity Grant staff as a certified nurse's aide instructor. She has been a registered nurse for over 30 years. She joined the Health Program Grant in March 2011. She has served in various capacities as an assistant director of nursing, most recently at Fort Hudson Health Services. Previously, she worked as the director of nursing at Rosewood Gardens. She has also worked primarily with geriatric populations, taught many CNA certification classes over the course of her career. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. France. Ms. Sonia Kiska. Ms. Kiska joined the Health Program Opportunity Grant as a certified nurse's aide instructor. She is a licensed registered nurse, licensed nurse practitioner, and New York State registered physician assistant. So if you are in danger, she's the one to call. Previously, she has worked at Maria College, where she developed a curriculum for a credit-bearing LPN program. She serves as a health educator at Hudson Valley Community College and Director of Health Sciences and Services at Skidmore College. She brings many years of experience working as a nurse and educator to the team at Schenectady County Community College. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Kinska to Schenectady County Community College Healthcare Program. Mr. William S. Rowe. Mr. Rowe joined the Health Program Opportunity Grant as a certified nurse's aide instructor. He has been a registered nurse for nearly 40 years, as well as worked as a degree therapist and has earned a degree in and has earned degrees in massage therapy and a Master's of Divinity. Prior to joining the grant instructional team, Mr. Rowe was a nursing supervisor at Dutch Manor. This light is getting me. He has taught home health aid courses and completed the nurse educator program offered through the SUNY Institute of Technology. He brings his years of experience and passion for teaching to the team in the Health Program Opportunity Grant. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rowe. In the area of administration, I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Matthew Groton. Mr. Groton is our new Executive Director of Workforce Development. He brings to SCC 19 years working with New York State Department of Labor, which includes 15 years of work experiences in various levels of workforce development. He has developed, cultivated, and strengthened relationships with area community colleges, Chamber of Commerce, economic development, and workforce development organizations. He has also spent numerous years working with local and regional workforce investment boards and partner organizations to understand the Federal Workforce Investment Act legislation. Mr. Gratton has a proven workforce and economic development foundation with relevant skills in project management, government policy, and procurement. Mr. Gratton received his Associates of Arts in Science and Business Administration from Hudson Valley Community College, we won't hold that against him, and his Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from the College of St. Rose. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Gratton. We have Ms. Susan Bodine. Mrs. Bodine is our new Assistant Vice President of Administration in the Administrative Services Division. With a BA in Political Science from SUNY New Paltz, Master of Business Administration from Union College, and a Jewish doctorate from Pace University, she brings excellent experiences as a counsel from the Office of New York Chief Information Officer, Acting Deputy Assistant Secretary to United States Department of Education, and Senior Vice President of Legal Affairs for the New York State Higher Education Services Corporation. She has been an adjunct at SCCC since 2004. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Bodine. Next, I'd like to introduce and welcome Dr. Rebecca DeLillo. She joined us as the Dean of Math, Science, Technology, and Health. She's earned her PhD from Ohio State University in botany. She has also earned a PhD. She is also a PhD candidate at Oklahoma State University in botany and biochemistry. Her Bachelor of Science degree is in botany from Milligan College. She previously served as the Dean of Academics and Student Affairs, Acting President at Garrett College in McHenry, Maryland, and Chief Academic Officer at Southern Vermont College. She has also served as an Associate Vice President of Institutional Research, Interim Vice President of Academic Affairs, and Dean of Undergraduate Studies at Fitchburg State College. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Rebecca DeLillo. Let's also take some time to welcome and acknowledge our new academic affairs leaders, starting in a new role at the college. Dr. David Breaux, Dean of the School of Hotel, Culinary Arts, and Tourism. Ms. Carol DeFries, Dean of the Liberal Arts Division. Dr. David Hennessy, Dean for the Business and Criminal Justice Division. Dr. William Meckley, Dean of the School of Music. Jay Quintance, Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs. Angela Prestigiacomo, Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs. And for our staff, I'd like to introduce Brandy Dingman. Ms. Dingman has worked at Schenectady County Community College as an adjunct instructor of sociology since the spring of 2011, and now she joins the college full-time as a coordinator of institutional research. She has an MA in sociology, a graduate certificate in demography, and a BA in sociology from the University of Albany, SUNY Albany, and an AS in business from Russell Sage College. She is currently working on a PhD in sociology, also at the State University at Albany. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Dingman. We also have Ms. Jennifer L. Van Ort. Ms. Van Ort is the new Coordinator of Development. She holds a Master of Arts in Business and Arts Administration and 6 years of diverse experience in event planning, marketing, and fundraising. After graduating from the University of Wisconsin in Madison, she worked as an Associate Box Office Manager for the newly renovated Palace Theater in Albany. She later became Audience Relations and Special Events Coordinator for the Albany Symphony Orchestra. Most recently, she worked on special projects and promotions for the Saratoga County Board of Supervisors in the position of Publication Specialist. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Van Ort. Next, we have Ms. Jessica M. McHugh Green. Ms. McHugh Green is the new graphic designer in the Office of Planning, Accountability, and Advancement. She earned her bachelor's degree in graphic design at Drexel University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. As part of their co-op program, she worked as a designer for RCA and Lippincott, Williams & Wilkins Publishing. Post-graduation, she began her career in higher education as the assistant graphic designer at Utica College. After moving back to Pennsylvania, she spent 6 years working at Rosemont College as a director of publications, where she was a key member in rebranding the college after co-ed transition. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. McHugh Green. We now have Ms. Janelle Hooks. Ms. Hooks is the new accountant clerk in the Accounts Payable Office. She holds an Associate's in Arts in Business Administration from Schenectady County Community College. Prior to joining SCCC, Ms. Hook worked at Turgeon House as the office secretary and as a tax preparer at Jackson Hewitt. Let's welcome Mrs. Hooks. Ms. Melissa Cam. Mrs. Cam is the new payroll audit clerk in the payroll office. Prior to assuming this position, Ms. Cam worked as an account clerk and bookkeeper in the Student Business Office. Before joining SCCC, she worked for 6 years as a real estate closing coordinator for the Reeds and Vella law firm. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Melissa Cam. Ms. Marissa Kosakowski is the new account clerk in the Student Business Office. She holds an Associate's in Arts in Accounting from Albany Business College. Prior to joining SCC, she worked as a teacher's aide at the Mohanison School District in the Special Ed Department. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Kosakowski. We now have Ms. Luann Miller Meeks. Ms. Meeks is the new senior bookkeeper in the Student Business Office. She received her Associate's in Arts from Schenectady County Community College in Business Administration and is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in Business Administration and Technology from SUNY Delhi. Prior to assuming this position, she worked as an account clerk and a bookkeeper in the Student Business Office. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Ramsunder. We now have Ms. Sandy Troiano. She is the new administrative assistant for the Personnel Affirmative Action Office. Prior to serving in this role, Ms. Troiano worked as an account clerk in the Accounts Payable Office in the Administrative Division and as a senior typist in the Registrar's Office. Prior to coming to Schenectady County Community College, she worked as administrative assistant and bookkeeper at Bellevue Builder Supplies. She holds an Associate's of Applied Science and Business Secretarial Science from SUNY Cobleskill. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Troiano. We now have Ms. Heidi Borowski. Ms. Borowski is the new academic advisor in the Division of Student Affairs. She has worked at SCCC on a part-time basis in advisement since 2010. She holds a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology and Educational Studies and a Master's of Science in Psychology, Master of Science in School Counseling and a CAS in Counseling from the State University of New York at Albany. Let's welcome Mrs. Borowski. We now have Ms. Mitzi Espinola. Ms. Espinola is our second new academic advisor, being hired in the Division of Student Affairs Academic Advising Center. She has worked at the college on a part-time basis in the Advisement Center since 2007. She holds a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Sociology from the University of Massachusetts and a Master of Education in Counseling from Bridgewater State College in Massachusetts. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Espinola. Mr. Justin Cook. Mr. Cook joins SCC as the new Student Activities Advisor. He holds an Associate's in Science and Performing Arts from Schenectady County Community College and a Bachelor's in Music Education from Westminster Choir College of Rider University. Prior to joining Schenectady County Community College, Mr. Cook served as a Program Development Specialist for the AmeriCorps Vista. Ms. Mary Dornbush. Ms. Dornbush is the new Financial Aid Advisor. She earned her Associates of Arts from Cayuga Community College, Bachelor's of Arts in English, and a Master of Science and a CAS in Counseling and Education from the State University of New York in Albany. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Dornbush. Mr. Josh Johnson. Mr. Johnson is the new assistant to the Health Professions Opportunity Grant. Prior to joining SCCC, Mr. Johnson taught high school health, English, and leadership for 12 years in California. He has also served as a Director of Education at the Sylvan Learning Center in Oakland and as an Activities Coordinator for EF International in San Francisco. Mr. Johnson holds a bachelor's degree and is currently pursuing a master's degree in College Student Services Administration. Please welcome Mr. Johnson. We also have some internal promotions that we'd like to acknowledge. Ms. Suzanne Burke. Mrs. Burke has worked for 23 years as a civil service employee. She started her career at SCC as a typist, working with disabled student services and student activities. During her tenure, she has been promoted several times. Most recently, she was promoted to Executive Secretary and is now serving all offices within the Student Services Division. Ms. Ann Shallock. Ms. Ann Shallock is being promoted to IPS 2 in the Hotel, Culinary Arts, and Tourism Department. She has an associate's degree in business administration from Schenectady County Community College. She previously worked as a senior typist in the registrar's office and also has experience as an account clerk typist in the financial aid department. Welcome and congratulations, Mrs. Shallock. Jamie Hungershafer. Jamie Hungershafer has moved from Executive Secretary 1 to IPS 2 effective September 26, 2011. She has worked at the college since 2004. She began her work at SCC as a part-time IPS 1 in the President's Office and a part-time IPS 1 in the Development Office before moving to the full-time typist in the Development Office in 2006. As Executive Secretary, Mrs. Hungershafer assists the assistant to the presidents and board of trustees, helping the college meet its mission and vision goals. Please congratulate Mrs. Hungershafer. Thank you. And finally, we have Christine Volins. Ms. Volins has been promoted to Executive Secretary 1 from IPS 2, effective September 26, 2011. She has worked at SCCC since 2006. She began her career at the college as a part-time IPS-1 in the Begley Library before moving to a full-time status in the development office in 2007. Before coming to the college, she was self-employed businesswoman for many years. As executive secretary, she will assist the executive director of the development with meeting the fundraising development goals of the college and the SCCC Foundation Incorporated. Please congratulate Mrs. Christine Volins. And now let's give a full round of applause to all new faculty, staff, and staff being promoted. The 2011 fall semester marks the beginning of a new academic year, which promises to be another dynamic and extraordinarily busy time for the institution. In the last 2 weeks of August, the college experienced firsthand the impact of an earthquake, Hurricane Irene, Tropical Storm Lee, and rigorous flooding that resulted in tremendous devastation and destruction to the college parking areas, grounds, Begley Building basement and elevator, Elston Hall mailroom and elevator, and a loss of miscellaneous equipment and machinery. Looking back, the great support and allegiance genuinely shared by the entire college community, SCC representatives, board of trustees, community partners was incredible as the college assessed its damages and strategically implemented its emergency management plan to effectively address the aftermath of the natural disaster. It was important for us to reopen the college for the 2011-2012 academic year. In spite of the numerous challenges that the college faced, August 28 through September 10, the college reopened for its regular hours of operation within a reasonable amount of time. As I reflect on the 2010-11 academic year and look ahead, the demand to access higher education by way of community colleges is increasingly measurable. Distinctively, the State University of New York, 30 community colleges will serve virtually every community in New York State, enroll greater than half of all SUNY undergraduates, and serve as a critical economic engine within each of our respective communities. Most notably, Schenectady County Community College's profile has increased vastly throughout the county and the capital region. As a result of the college's strategic community outreach, an increasing number of applicants have selected Schenectady County Community College as their first choice to access higher education, and business and industry leaders have identified the college as a leader for economic and workforce development. In spite of the many challenges that the college faced from the natural disasters during its peak registration period, the college successfully reached a 2% increase to the total full-time and part-time student headcount, which includes a 10% increase in part-time students. I'm very encouraged that the college's quality instruction, exceptional teaching faculty, transfer and career programs are attracting an increasing number of new students. As a result, the college's enrollment is moving in the right direction, with notable increases documented in both college transfer and career programs. On the opening day of Schenectady County Community College at Center City, 1,062 students were registered in 61 classes. 25 classes are scheduled during the peak period between 8:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. 19 credit classes are offered in the evening and 3 classes on Friday. From all indications, SCCC at Center City, robust enrollment affirms Center City as an ideal location for the college to have an off-site presence. This fall, the college and the high school enrollment is at an all-time high. As of Thursday, Remarkably, 1,086 students were registered in one or more college classes, compared to 606 students registered in CHS classes this time last year. We will continue to seek ways to expand our partnerships with local high schools and implement benchmark practices to increase student success and readiness for college. Our new, continuing, and prospective students are embracing the college's mission and the institution's commitment to provide quality, comprehensive education for transfer, careers, training, and workforce development to a diverse population in a student-centered environment. SCCC plays a vital role in the growth of business and industry in our community. One significant realization keeps occurring to me. Community colleges have finally come of age. There's a reason that President Obama singled out community colleges in his graduation initiative and has made funding them a key priority for his administration. We are accessible and affordable. More and more people throughout the country are coming to understand that some of the best values in higher education are right in their own backyards. In the area of budget, the impact of Hurricane Irene and Tropical Storm Lee, associated damages, and cleanup of the campus has had a negative impact for both fiscal years 2010-11 and 2011-12. The estimated cost of recovery and repair is estimated to be approximately $1 million. All of this unplanned expense is coming out of the college's operating budget. However, we're working very closely with FEMA and our insurance company to seek recovery. As we begin to plan for the 2012-2013 budget year, it does not look favorable. Projected state revenue is coming in slow, and recent reports suggest that the state may face a $2 billion deficit. As you can imagine, 2012-13 will be extremely challenging. With the state deficit projected to be approximately $2 billion, coupled with a declining economy and a gradual increase in unemployment, the picture suggests that there are some tough financial times ahead. However, as the cost to attend a four-year college and university increases, an increasing number of students will begin to select the community college as a primary institution to assess higher education and workforce training. SUNY community colleges provide effective, low-cost education and demonstrate remarkable flexibility in meeting local needs and training requirements. Community colleges are community-centered, connected to and focus on serving the needs of the local and regional community, while keeping pace with economic developments and the needs of the state. Students are selecting Schenectady County Community College for various reasons: to begin their college education, to seek remedial education, to access new cutting-edge technical and career programs, and to engage in workforce development and training that leads to jobs in the capital region. In review of the community college's history, local community colleges were created on a model of a 1/3 funding each for the state, local sponsor, and students. Later in 1970s, community colleges were asked to serve as full opportunity colleges, admitting any person with a high school diploma or the equivalent, and they were promised up to 40% for doing so. For the last 17 years, New York State has fallen below that 1/3 commitment. Based on our 2011-12 operating budget, the state share is 32.3%, compared to the 24.8% the average share for other community colleges in the state. Although the state share has been declining over the last several years, local sponsors have maintained their effort at varying levels. This year, the county's aid supports 8.1% of the college's operating budget, and is a strong supporter of the college's capital projects, sharing equally with SUNY in funding $17.4 million in capital projects since 2006. We're also working with the county and the state to fund additional capital projects. In review of the 2011 budget, declining state support and flat funding from our sponsor has shifted the financial responsibility to our student. Based on the budget, the student share is budgeted at approximately 59%, compared to the average share budgeted at 44.9%. Although the community college enrollment is expected to slow down over the next few years, historical high enrollment levels and the new 2% property tax cap make it more critical than ever for New York State to begin movement towards paying a greater share of community colleges' operating costs. As community colleges begin to prepare their budgets for the new year, community college presidents and board of trustees and SUNY administrations are beginning to meet to discuss community colleges' funding and other critical issues, including economic development and legislative strategies. SUNY is working with the colleges to develop a 5-year plan, a plan that will be designed to increase state aid for the community colleges and decrease the cost burdens that is now being placed on students. The plan has not been finalized. However, over the next few months, I will provide the college community updates and details on the funding plan as more details come available. Nevertheless, community colleges are in a unique position to meet today's challenge. This challenge forces today's community college president to re-examine how we manage our institution and plan for the institution's future. As we strive to advance Schenectady County Community College to an even higher level of greatness, I ask you to embrace the overarching theme in the book, Good to Great, by Jim Collins. He states, we must constantly strive to attain greatness, and the quest starts with a vision and a clearly articulated strategic plan. This fall, we are entering into the second year of our 2010-2015 strategic plan, Gateway to Excellence. This innovative strategic plan is strategically assisting the institution to strengthen excellence in teaching and learning and affirming our commitment to the students and community that we proudly serve. We continue to seek and explore new innovative ways to enrich the student experience through co-curricular programs, cooperative and internship experiences, and employment services. International education and cultural exchange programs are also being explored to further enrich the experiences of our students. Enhancing the campus physical environment is also a top priority. Over the last 2 years, college leaders have worked diligently to enhance the aesthetics of the college. We have a clean, safe, and welcoming campus setting. Each day, we're pleased to come in. We'll continue to plan and implement improvements to the campus physical and safety environment, and will be introducing student campus housing starting in fall 2012. Student housing will motivate and convince interested students to select Schenectady County Community College as their first choice. Long-term goal and vision for the institution. Given the state and the local physical situation, it is important for the college to advocate for an increase in community college funding to support the demand of programs. It is also important for the college to keep and embellish programs and services that continue to meet the needs, to develop new educational paradigm that will better accommodate learning styles of busy students, to vigorously pursue private and business partnerships, and to disconnect from initiatives that no longer meet the demands of our service area. For the next 4 years, the college's strategic plan, Gateway to Excellence, will continue to guide the institution's actions and planning. In addition to launching the Gateway to Excellence plan, Chancellor Zimpher also launched the statewide strategic plan, The Power of SUNY, 2010 and beyond. This dynamic plan introduced a new way to align our purpose in New York State's needs and opportunities and creates an economic engine capable of propelling a new era of growth. The power of SUNY is favorable and favorably received as a new strategic journey that will lead many possibilities and achievements throughout SUNY. As we reflect over the last 12 months, I am sure you agree and very proud of the goals the institution has achieved. In academic affairs, 4 new programs: air traffic control, alternative energy technology, criminal justice, Associate of Science degree, nutrition, Associate Science degree, and 1 revised program, computer networking systems and cybersecurity, were successfully launched. We expanded the master schedule to include more high-demand classes during day, evening, and weekend. Additionally, the college worked diligently to expand the partnership with the University of Albany's College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering to develop a transfer program with the college's nanotechnology program. The nanotechnology program was revised and updated to better meet industry demands for the capital region. SCCC is also in discussion and working collaboratively with the Schenectady schools and the University of Albany to develop and build a nanotechnology program at the Steinmetz Alternative School. A substantive change request was also submitted to the Middle States Commission for Higher Education, requesting for the commission to approve SCCC to offer a fully online program. The request was approved, and development of an online criminal justice program is underway. In the Humanities and Social Sciences Department, the department was actively involved with the College of St. Rose in an innovative service learning grant. In the absence of grant funds for the 2011-12 academic year, the department will continue to provide leadership to develop and implement service learning into college-wide curriculum. Last year, we launched an early college high school with Schenectady City Schools. SCCC and Schenectady officials, Schenectady City School District officials, worked collaboratively during the first year of the program to fulfill the Smart Scholars mission. This fall, we launched a new early college high school cohort with a focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, funded by New York State Department of Education. We anticipate that both programs will offer quality enrichment activities, support services, cultural experiences, and service learning experiences that will collectively enhance student learning and promote student success. To respond to the education and workforce needs of Albany County, last year I prepared and submitted a letter of application to the State University of New York requesting authorization to provide services beyond our sponsorship area by entering into a service area agreement with Albany County. I am pleased to announce, as of Monday, the State University of New York has officially approved Schenectady County Community College to provide post-secondary education opportunities with Albany County. Our offerings will include curriculum leading to certification for home health aide, home care aide, certified nurses aide, college readiness courses at locations in Aubrey Hills, South Albany, Albany High School for older adults and returning adults, the 24 college credit program at locations in Aubrey Hill, South Albany, and Albany High School for older and adult learners, health information technology curriculum, medical coding and building curriculum, Aubrey Hill, South Albany, Albany High School, fire technology program on behalf of the town of Colony and the Colony Fire Department. Now, I'm listing those locations because those are the areas in which we were able to negotiate and get the authorization to expand in the area in which the community college has done a superb job in reaching the academic deficiencies and making a difference in the residents who choose the community college as a way to access to higher education and to better their lives. Under the SUNY policy, the governing bodies, both Albany County and this college's Board of Trustees, have to agree and pass a resolution to formally accept the service area agreement. I anticipate that both resolutions will be completed within the next few weeks. To have a service area agreement with Albany County would be a great benefit to Albany County and to the college. It is also important to note that SCC is realizing our potential as well as achieving strategic goals in both the college and SUNY strategic plans. Colleagues, this is a win-win for SCCC. That deserves a round of applause. In October 2010, Schenectady County Community College was awarded an $11.2 million grant, the largest in the state and in the college's history, as part of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Affordable Care Grant Act. Through this program, the college has been able to provide job training in health care to temporary assistance to needy families and students earning up to 200% of the poverty level. This funding is also assisting the college to embrace a new program focus, responding to an emerging workforce need in the healthcare industry, as well as to stimulate economic development in the capital region. In the program's first year, the college offered 9 8-week classes, including cohorts in both Schenectady and Albany County. To date, the program has graduated 70 students, and 72% of the students are currently working as a certified nurse's aide. This fall, the program expanded to the SCCC at Center City location and launched its first EMT training program. Based on the program results to date, Health Program Opportunity Grant is off to a great start and is providing a well-trained entry-level healthcare worker to fill an emerging workforce need. Congratulations, healthcare program staff, for your successful first year. This academic year, we have some key long-standing capital projects being launched. The projects include the Begley Music Building, a $3.9 million project adding 12,600 square feet of space to support our prestigious music programs. The new space will provide teaching studios, an industry-standard live recording studio, 2 specialized music classrooms, a recording studio, recital space, practice rooms, faculty offices, and a student lounge. A second project that is currently in progress is the Begley Building and Elston Hall Improvements Project. This project is addressing long-term roofing and HVAC problems within both facilities. The improvements will make the campus setting more aesthetically pleasing, as well as a comfortable working and learning environment. I am also pleased to announce the proposal to construct student housing for the college is about to become a reality. With the assistance of Trustee Ray Gillen, the United Group of Companies, a company with significant student housing experience, has been identified and has signed on to construct student housing for Schenectady County Community College. The proposed student housing project would be a 4-story, 264-bed student housing facility built on county-owned property located at 117 Washington Avenue, just across the street from the college. Each unit will offer a 2- or 4-bedroom suite with 1 or 2 bathrooms, a sitting area, and a kitchen. Each unit will be fully furnished. I'm sure many of you will join me in putting in your bid for that first unit. The new student housing project will allow the college to attract and recruit an increased number of students from outside the county and the immediate area to partake in our long-standing signature programs: music, hotel, culinary arts and tourism, business administration, criminal justice, and our transfer programs, as well as new programs in air traffic control, storage battery technology, alternative energy technology, and varied healthcare fields that respond to an emerging workforce. The student housing project will be completed in summer 2012 and available for students to begin living in the fall semester. We also continue to plan the development of Learning Commons and the Learning Resource Center to maximize the delivery of academic support services in a central location. Details on this important project will be shared with the college community. We're also working with the county to finalize the selection of an architectural firm to design 201 State Street project for workforce development. We will begin doing an RFP to identify a firm this academic year to assist in the development of a master plan to support planning for the future growth of the institution. For 2012, we are formally requesting support from New York State and Schenectady County for 3 capital projects totaling about $2.6 million. The projects include roof replacement for Begley Building, upgrading of Elston Mechanicals, reconditioning one of the elevators, and doing an electrical study to help us better understand our electrical needs. In the Elston Hall, Washington Avenue area, we're going to remove one of the elevators that is no longer working. In addition to this decommissioning a 3rd elevator located in Elston Hall, we will be working diligently to get the other elevators up and running properly. As you can see, we have several major capital projects underway and planned. This is a great achievement for the college. This, too, deserves a round of applause. In the area of student affairs, admissions was relocated from the 2nd floor of Elston Hall to the 1st floor of Stockade Building to improve the delivery of services to all students. The financial aid space was redesigned to improve delivery of services and seamless access for students to access assistance on an as-needed basis. This year, the division will continue to seek new ways to globalize the curriculum with relevant co-curricular activities, collectively articulate the purpose, philosophy, and objectives within student affairs to make expectations for student learning outcomes known and understood, to expand the usage of social networks to further enhance communications among students for purposes of admissions, recruitment, academic advisement, engagement, further develop the student orientation program that assists with connecting the student early on the campus and to assist with getting them actively engaged in their education. And career employment services will continue to work with business and industry to expand and/or develop partnerships that identify new employment opportunities for our graduates. In athletics, our crew, basketball, baseball, bowling teams will continue to provide rewarding opportunities for students. In September, Regional 3 of the National Junior College Athletics Association presented the 2010-11 National Junior College Athletics Association's Sportsmanship Award to Schenectady County Community College student athletes and staff for their outstanding sportsmanship during the 2010-11 competition. Congratulations, students and staff, for a job well done. For assessment and institutional effectiveness, the Middle States Commission of Higher Education acted on June 23, 2011, to accept the college's monitoring report. As a next step, the Commission is requesting a monitoring report due October 12, 2012, documenting the implementation of the 2010-15 strategic plan and the revised budget process, including evidence that planning is linked to the budgeting, which is in Standard 2. Implementation of the institutional-wide assessment plan, including evidence that assessment results are used to improve planning and budgeting and teaching and learning, Standard 7. Under the leadership of Dr. Leonard Gaines, Vice Presidents, the college as a whole will actively engage in a variety of activities throughout this academic year to document successful implementation of the college's assessment plan and monitoring report activities. It is important that we stay to the task and complete this task in a timely manner to satisfy the reporting to Middle States. Indeed, these are some exciting times for Schenectady County Community College. Let's continue to take some bold steps to make our institution the first choice to access higher education and to be the Capital Region's premier community college. As an institution, we have signed on to meet the numerous challenges and to be a responsive, affordable, and innovative institution of higher learning where the student is at the center of our enterprise and the quality of teaching and learning is paramount. John Wooden says it best: a leader must accomplish the difficult task of getting those on the team to believe that we supersedes me can make a measurable difference. Thank you, faculty, staff, colleagues. We're off to a great start. 2010, 2011, 2012 is promising to be another rewarding year. Thank you. This is an opportunity if there are any members in the audience that would like to raise any questions regarding any matter, please feel free to do so. We have members of the college's leadership team present who will assist in addressing any questions or thoughts that you would like to share. The floor is open to anyone.
Years ago, we didn't have a lot of afternoon classrooms. Years ago, the parking lot signs were put up. Faculty and staff until 2 o'clock. We have a steady flow of classes right up until 9 o'clock at night, as you know. With the parking situation going from okay to bad in another week or two, I'm wondering if we could get those faculty staff signs maybe another lot down, because you're barely able to find a parking spot now if you have to move in for lunch.
Well, you're raising a very interesting and major question, because over the next 12 months, we will face some challenges in parking. And one of the ways that we begin to try to offset that challenge is to confirm a parking arrangement for our students to consider coming to and from the college by way of CDTA. We are monitoring that to see what that usage will be. It will also give us some baseline data to see how do we offset that difference to perhaps look at expanding the parking parameters. In the morning, the areas that we have designated as parking for faculty are not full until between 10 and 12. So you have that window where that one of the last spaces is vacant until around 10 o'clock, and then it begins to gradually fill in. We also are in discussion about, you raised the question about expanding it. We have guests that come to our Casola dining room. And the other day I saw one of our senior community members. Part of me wanted to just walk by. She doesn't know who I am, just keep walking. But part of me just couldn't do it. And but I stopped. And she was walking with assistants. And she was heading to the Casola dining room. And she stated she had to park on the far end of the parking lot. Well, that's a problem. So we have to look for better ways to accommodate the Casola during the lunch hour and during the evening hour. And we're looking at some options of some temporary fixes until the back lot by Begley is released from the construction, and to better accommodate our faculty and staff in parking. So bear with us. It is being monitored to see what would be our best strategy. Our parking attendants have been very active and present to assist individuals in directing. And as we see where there's flexibility, we'll have them to begin to help direct and ensure our faculty and staff have parking and not have to park on the far end, all right? But as you see any challenges, in order for me to know, because I hear some things, may not hear all, feel free to send me a note. Whatever you observe in the parking, just send me a note so that I get the full picture, not the picture that sometimes they think I should only know, all right? All right. Other questions? How do you like the new portal? Mighty quiet. It's going to take some time, but I think it's a beginning to improve the communication between all parties. What about the website? May I also ask and encourage everyone who has a page on the website to please monitor it, update it, delete things that are 2006, so that we give a different picture of things that we are doing at the college. So if you have something on, please be attentive to it, and let's keep it updated with current information so that our outside consumers will get a positive picture of us and let them know that we are attentive to detail and wanting to ensure they have a complete picture of our leadership. Other questions? To the staff, do you have any comments or questions that you would like to share? I would like to state, I'm absent for a name, but I think I see her out there. In our archaeology program, she was speaking to me during the lunch hour, and she said she would love to have classes come over to her site that they're doing this interesting dig on Front Street.
It's right near where Arthur's used to be. It's closed now. And the corner is designated by Lawrence the Indian. So it's 32 Front Street. I do encourage you, any of you who are here who are interested, please let me know in advance, and I'll be glad to give you my cell phone number or email address. We're there on every fair weather day, and sometimes on non-fair weather days. But archaeology in the dirt really can't be done in the mud. The site appears to be related to the French and Indian War, when Schenectady was the point of departure to the western frontier for the soldiers who were fighting in Niagara, Fort Niagara, against the French in the Detroit area. Schenectady was a big place at that time, and hopefully it is today too. But if we were making bateaus, and the soldiers needed those, William Johnson, Christopher Yates, all the governors looking westward. So the gateway's been there for a long time.
Is Professor Barbette in the audience? She's teaching. Well, join me in congratulating her for an exceptional book that she just published on women in the 1940 to 1950s. She did I began reading it. She's done an excellent job in highlighting the role that women have played in history, and I think it's remarkable to have a Schenectady County Community College faculty with a published book. So congratulations to her for a job well done. Well, I don't see any hands, so I will assume there are no further questions. I want to thank you for taking time on this. Oh, Bill?
I just, as the chair of the Faculty Student Association, I'd just like to recognize Donna. Where Donna, please stand up. Donna has been the managing senior accountant for a number of years. And at the board meeting the other day, we recognize her with the new title of Executive Director of the Faculty Student Association. She did complete her MBA, and she's doing a fabulous job for it.
And finally, if you haven't had a chance to go down and see SCC at Center City, please stop by, take a tour. It's an excellent facility that is getting great reviews, and it's going to yield a great resource. It is yielding a great resource for the college. Thank you all. Enjoy the weekend, the sunshine. It looks like it's going to be a great weekend. Thank you very much.